What's going on YouTube? What's going on Raider Nation? It's your boy Raiderloo 1990, and I'm back again with the recap of the Raiders versus Steelers last night. And damn, I usually don't let myself get disappointed over a game, but it was a disappointing performance last night. I expected, I mean, I'm not gonna say even like a better game, but even though I expected more of a dogfight, because since both teams' offenses were struggling, Steelers got a good D. The Raiders D, despite the Buffalo performance, looked improved. So we thought with the Steelers quarterback struggling, I thought the defense would have a better performance. And I mean, just like the first two games, it was a solid start. Both teams exchanged 3-and-outs, and our second drive of the game, we thought we were going to get stalled, and then I was glad that we went for it on 4th-and-1, and Garoppolo did a nice play action fake, and boom, Davante Adams touchdown. No more offensive rhythm after that, basically. The Steelers tie the game pretty quickly, and I don't want to say once again self-inflicting wounds, even though at times that was the case, but what I will say about this game is a critical missed opportunity, and that was the pick six that Marcus Peters dropped. If he would have held on to that damn ball, he would have walked in for a touchdown. It would have been 14-7, and we would have had all the momentum. But he drops it, and even though we do force him to punt, our next drive, we go 3-and-out, and then that's when they come back and they tie the game and retake some momentum. And then after that, even though our defense did tighten up when it had to, and it was only allowing field goals, in fact, for a good chunk of the game, it was still only within one score. It never really felt close. Like, even when it was 13-7, I'm kind of just like, my God, I feel like we're very, very fortunate to only be down 13-7. And once again, the lack of running game. Heck, I wish I had an answer for it, like I said about last week. I wish I had an answer for it. Josh Jacobs just can't get going. The offensive line is just not doing their blocks. I can tell when the defenses that we're playing against is eyeballing Josh Jacobs, and so it's obvious. You can tell they see it coming. They're not opening up any holes for him or anything like that. And I mean, dang. The only thing that doesn't help is the offense just being predictable, and that's why that's the one thing. The first two games on them touchdown drives, he gets creative, but then the rest of the game, the offense is predictable. I mean, damn. Aren't there other players on the field besides Davante Adams and Jakobi Meyers? Davante Adams had 20 targets last night. 20. And Jakobi Meyers, I want to say he had 13 targets, 7 receptions. But, I mean, there's other playmakers on this team. And one of our key plays in this game, the first touchdown, the reason why it worked, because how I even mentioned, the defense went into Josh Jacobs so quick, and they didn't see that play action coming. Our 2-point conversion, the reason why that was such a wide open catch is because nobody thought the rookie tight end was going to be wide open like that. I even noticed on that particular play, the Steelers defensive linemen, their linebackers, they all crowded both our guards and our centers. And nope, we got him, rookie wide open, and it worked. It's like the only time we're making key plays is when McDaniels is calling plays that are not predictable. I mean, it's ridiculous that, once again, Hunter Renfrow is nowhere to be found. Only 2 catches. And why do you pay him all that money if you're not going to use him? And don't get me wrong, Jimmy G, I mean, he had moments where he had time to throw the ball, but once again, he was under pressure a lot in this game, and finally, the offensive line had their worst performance of this early season. They allowed 4 sacks, and I noticed Jimmy Garoppolo getting all happy feet. But I'm not sure if y'all remember how I said last week he's not the type of quarterback that you want out there flinging the football 30 plus times a game. And last week we were trying to play catch up, for the most part of the game. And yeah, we were playing catch up too this week, but we weren't. Remember, it was 7-7, 10-7, 13-7, 16-7. It wasn't allowing touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. We were only down by a score for a good portion of the game. But it's like due to a lack of running game, Garoppolo's out there having to throw the ball. And Jimmy Garoppolo's game is not throwing the ball 44 times. He's not built that way. Period. I've said that for a while now. And point blank, he's very inaccurate. And it was the epitome of what I explained about Jimmy G. It was all full on display last night. Very inaccurate. Even on one of the throws that he had plenty of time, and I'm sure all of you noticed, he went like this to Devontae Adams, like go this way. We all think he's going to throw to Devontae, and Devontae, in a way, was open. He had two defenders near him, and he didn't have two defenders in his face. But Garoppolo, he basically overthrew into double covers, and it's intercepted for the second time of the game. He threw 3 interceptions last night. 3. That will never win you a ball game. Even whenever he did complete a pass, whether it was Jacoby Myers or Devontae, how many of you guys noticed how low those passes were? And even though I'm not a fan of McDaniels, there's a part of me that wonders if he were to have the right quarterback, would this offense truly work? Because I still see and I'm not one to even care what Chris Collinsworth has to say during a game, but I'm noticing there's plays where all these receivers are open. It's like everyone is wide open, and it's still Devontae, Jacoby. It's like, dude, there's other playmakers on this team. Spread the ball. That's another reason why we can't get into a rhythm, because everybody knows where the damn ball is going, and it's frustrating as hell to watch. I mean, come on. Game 1, what was it, 17 points? Game 2, 10 points. This game, 18 points. You're not going to win many games when you're scoring less than 20 points a game, unless you have a historically great defense, and we don't. One thing that really frustrated me about the defense, Kenny Pickett running for a first down. Like, come on, man. This guy had been struggling early on this season compared to the preseason, and he had his first multi-touchdown game. Out of all the teams for him to throw 2 touchdowns against, does it have to be the damn Raiders? Does it have to be the Raiders defense? Like, I get tired of all these quarterbacks having their first this or first that against our defense. It's frustrating as hell. I am gonna be critical of Josh McDaniels towards the end of this game. I mean, it's like, wow, because he went for it on 4th and 1 early in the game, and it got you a touchdown. 4th and 5, I forgot how much time it exactly was on the clock. Was it 5 minutes left or just under 5 minutes? He goes for the field goal. That, I was pissed. I was like, dude, go for it. And it's like, usually, I've never coached football a day in my life, but I've always been frustrated whenever a team is down anywhere between 8 to 10 points. And it's like sometimes teams get conservative, and it's like, okay, let me just kick the field goal now, get the stop, and then let's go get a touchdown to tie the game. To me, I've always been the opposite. Get the touchdown first. This way, if your defense makes the stop, you don't have to do as much to either win the game or tie the game. I wanted him to go for the touchdown. Again, call a play, dial up a play that they don't see coming. Don't be predictable. Even if you don't get the 2-point conversion to tie the game, that could have been how you originally planned. Rely on your defense that was playing better in the 4th quarter to get a stop, and then all you'd have to do is go the short field, because you have a reliable kicker in Daniel Carlson. I mean, who could have kicked a potential game winner. But no, I was pissed. And Even though I'm sick of rebuilds and restarting, I'm sick of this head coach. I'm not sure how true it is. Like just like I remember last year I heard something about Derek Carr going up to McDaniels and trying to give him his opinion on a play, and McDaniels says, "Just run it the way I called it." And I don't like that crap. I can't stand it. Let your players play free. Like it's like how I just said earlier. All of our playmakers are open. It's I mean, is are these plays designed to only go to Devontae, only to go to Jacoby? Spread the ball. I get Jimmy's game is not to fling the football, but still get it out to your playmakers, man. It's frustrating to watch, man. It was a disappointment all the way around. This was a game I expected to win. It just was. I thought it was a great stage to bounce back after the debacle in Buffalo. This was your bounce back win because we struggle in SoFi Stadium, and I have next week marked as a loss. But then, knowing my luck, that's where the any given Sunday comes to fruition, and we pull out a victory, and I hope we do. But those were my 2 cents for the Raiders Steeler game. Y'all can comment whatever you like. Tell me what y'all think. I hope y'all like, subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. And I'll try to get the next recap video out sooner. Have a good week. Stay blessed. Go Raiders.